Welcome to Nawiri Wellness Stories. Here we share stories about how different experiences in life can affect how we feel and our overall wellness. These stories help us to appreciate our tough times and sometimes suggest ways we can positively move forward. We seek to show that these experiences are common and there are ways out of the challenges they present. Today's story is about beatings for marks. Justus' story. Justus was in his last year of primary school, and his experience wasn't what he had pictured in his earlier years. When Justus joined primary school, he really loved it. He loved riding to school with the parents and going back home with the school bus. He loved being in school as he got to meet and play with friends, and he had many. He loved being in class with his teachers as learning new things brought him immense joy, and in the exams, he usually excelled. Things started to change when he got to upper primary. The school required them to be in school by 6 a.m., by which time they would either have a lesson or sit a cat. This initially wasn't a problem until the teachers started moving them from class to class based on their exam outcomes. There was a class for the top performers who scored 390 and above out of 500. Then there were the other classes that were labeled for the not serious students. Justus did not consider himself as not serious, and yet in the past scored below 390. This change led him to experiencing panics on the days of the exams and even during the exams. The days when the results would be announced were also very stressful. They were stressful due to the anticipation of not meeting one's target and for the beatings by some of the teachers. Some of the teachers were harsh when one scored marks lower than their previous ones, even when it was in the 390 marks zone. One teacher beat Justus when he scored 92%, when he had previously scored 97%. Such practices by teachers and some caregivers at home are intended to motivate the students. They usually yield very opposite outcomes. They cause the students to develop anxiety or to escalate if they're already high on the anxiety scale. It's okay to challenge children to perform at their best ability. It's not okay to shame them or physically hurt them in the name of encouraging them to do better. There are alternative ways that work well and leave no scars that can and do lead to better and sustained good performance. Have you used shame or pain to trigger better performance? Have you experienced the use of shame or pain to push you to do better? Would love to hear from you. You can reach us on 0745 Nawiri, that is 0745 629 474, email nawiriwellness@gmail.com, or our social handles at Nawiri Wellness.